What's going on, guys? Seancutshair back with another Q&A video. Guys, we're gonna jump right into this, but leave me a comment down below at the end if you guys like these videos. I'm gonna keep doing it once a month. You guys said last time you wanted to see more, so here's number 2. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so for Q&A number 2, I dropped a link on YouTube. If you guys aren't familiar, a lot of people on YouTube, I don't think, use it correctly. So once you subscribe to all your different channels that you want to subscribe to, you'll have a feed just like Instagram or Facebook. As you scroll, there will be new videos that have been out. There will also be community posts, which is like a picture I posted that said Q&A number 2, drop your questions here. So you guys be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna hit the first question and we'll get right into it. All right, so the first question is from Mr. Damon70. And he asks, what is the average cost for chair rental? Do you ever increase it over time, or are you locked in? To answer that, I'm not sure. I can tell you what it is at my shop and in my town. I'm not sure about elsewhere. I do know some of the shops in Tampa that I've talked to. Some of the guys I know are around $200 to $225 a week. In Kentucky, where I'm at, the booth rent is $150 a week. That's pretty average, so I always tell my guys they got it made because they have a lot of benefits from working in my shop. And our booth rent's the same as any other shop. So we have been looking lately at a new location that'll be more expensive with some more, we're gonna put a couple shampoo bowls in, better lighting, a bunch of better things for the barbers. With that being said, I've let them know that depending on the price, booth rent may go up, maybe $175, $200 at the most. But to kind of answer your question, the way that I think booth rent number can be figured that is fair is what any barber can make on one given day at that shop. So say your haircut price is $15. In a regular day at the shop, they can do about 10 haircuts, then $150 is fair. That means one day goes to booth rent and the rest of their money is theirs. For my guys, I kind of do it on a Saturday, which is our shortest day. And based on our appointment times, they have exactly the amount of appointments that can pay them $150. So our booth rent's $150 a week. The rest of the week, whether they want to work 6 days or 5 days, the rest of the week is theirs. So hope that answered your question. All right, question number 2. Primo Cuts asked, okay, I know you said there will be a color enhancement video soon. To expand on that subject, I want to know, how long into cutting hair did you start doing color? How do you recommend someone start with color enhancement? When is the right time to start? Okay, so this is a tough one, guys. Color enhancement is to enhance a good haircut. So if your haircuts are bad and you enhance them, you're just gonna see the flaws more. So that can be a good thing for you guys. What I would say is, for one, I wouldn't start with airbrush and something that's gonna cost you a whole lot for a compressor and some color enhancement, whatever. What I would do is buy you a cheap bottle of like Topic hair fibers from Sally's. And when you put out a nice haircut, and you feel like see my edge up right here. I don't get a real dark, sharp edge up. I know you guys noticed my pink hair. That's fresh, by the way, I just did it. So you guys see my edge up, not real bold. So say you guys give me a cut, it looks nice, everything's cool, but you just wanna darken up this edge up right here. So you can get some Topic fibers, dust them on lightly, edge them up, and start to get a feel for how color enhancement works. The better you guys get, the more you can start using the airbrush or the Kiss Express. Of course, you guys know I'm gonna recommend the 245 no drip. But also, guys, it wipes off with alcohol. If you guys do the no drip, you can wipe it right off. So I actually have a guy at my shop who's really been kind of scared to just start and do color enhancement the first time. So I told him, hey man, just try it one time, it'll wipe off. So I wouldn't say there's a time, guys, but if your haircuts look bad, it's only gonna make them worse. So definitely get to where you think you're putting out a decent quality product, and then, add some enhancement and try to take it to the next level. All right, this question's kind of silly, but I'm gonna answer it anyway because this is my homie, William Marshall. Guys, I mentioned him before. He drove an hour to see me. He saw me on YouTube and wanted to come get a cut. So that was kind of my first haircut I've done off of somebody seeing my YouTube. So that was super cool. But he asked, would you rather fight 50 duck-sized horses or fight one horse-sized duck? And I've heard this question before. That's kind of why I want to answer it. And we actually talked about it in the shop. I would have to say 50 duck-sized horses. I'd rather be able to punt those mini horses out of the way. But we had a conversation about ducks, man. A lot of people are scared of ducks, and if they're coming for your head, you better run. So one giant duck, I'd be scared to death. 50 little mini horses. Hopefully I can outrun them, or, like I said, I can kick them off like cats. So it's kind of a silly one, but we answered it anyway. All right, Juan Villarreal. What advice do you have for somebody just finishing barber school? What do you think they should do to move in the right direction toward a successful career in the industry? I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, guys, because I have another question that is very similar. So I'm going to go read it, and then we'll touch on them both at the same time. All right, so Roberto Fernandez as well asks, what is the best advice for a barber student to promote himself, stand out from the rest? So, guys, as a barber student, I'm not sure if you're talking about at school or starting in a shop, but I will say, number one thing, guys, I don't remember who told me this. I believe it was iCut Pro. iCut Pro sells a scissor holster that goes on your waist right here on your belt. And at the top of it, it had a business card holder. And I remember them teaching that their number one thing they feel like made them successful was that everywhere they go, everybody that runs into them knows that they're a barber. So he said he wears that to lunch. Not only does he wear it and you can see it, you say, oh, those are scissors. Are you a barber? Are you a hairdresser? But you got cards right there too. So it's going to create the conversation and you're going to be able to give a card out. But definitely, whether you wear scissors around or not, guys, definitely something that has helped me is when I go to the gas station, the guys at the gas station know I cut hair. When I take my car to the mechanic, they know I cut hair if they ever need a haircut. When I'm at the grocery, the checkout lady, I mean, really whoever you run into, if you have the opportunity, of course I kind of look like it, but that's kind of the point, look like you're a barber, give out cards, do whatever you can to let everyone around you know that you're a barber. Of course, Instagram, Facebook, guys, help get your stuff out there. That's free. So post your work, use convenient hashtags. Really, that's it. You just got to get out there. You got to put in the work to get out there and be at work. So the most successful way to make money at the barbershop is to be at the barbershop. And I know that sounds stupid, but I know a lot of guys are discouraged when they're slow when they start and maybe spend some time away. So anyway, guys, that's it. Show up. Make sure everybody knows you're a barber. And hopefully they'll all come when they need a haircut. Next question. Blizzy Blends asks, what ceramic blade do you have on your cordless seniors? Guys, that is an Omnicord ceramic blade. I do recommend it. I can't really tell you why it's better. I've tried the Magic Clip Stagger Tooth blade. I've tried the regular blade. I tried this Omnicord blade. And all I can say, without having technical terms to tell you this, is I feel like it cuts a little bit softer. So as I'm trying to just slowly finesse my fade to come together, it's doing a little bit, I hate to say less work because we obviously want to get it done fast, but it's not doing as many harsh lines. It seems to just blend a little smoother and have a little bit of a lighter touch than maybe the regular blade that's just going to cut right in. So that's what I say about that. You guys try them out. They make them for a lot of clippers. Next question. Raymond Dabu asked, how long did it take for you to be confident in your work? That's a tricky question, guys. I will say in the last Q&A, somebody asked me about, the best way to feel confident behind the chair. And part of that is just convincing yourself that you're okay, that you're confident, convincing the client that you're confident. So I'll say I came right out of school being confident in my work. Did I think I was as good as the other guys I watched? Definitely not. But I definitely was confident that I was doing the best I could. So if you guys are asking how long it took before I really was putting out good work, maybe a couple years, but definitely be confident. You better know you're putting out the best that you can, or you're doing it wrong. So you guys just do the best you can, always be improving. Put off that confidence that, hey, look, I'm putting in the effort. I've learned what I can. I watch videos or take classes or have these new tools to give you the best haircut I can. Come out confident and it'll come along. One thing I'll say is repetition is the only key to getting better. You'll see some guys that are younger, like Vic Blends comes to mind, a friend of mine. He's like 20 years old, so he hasn't been cutting hair real long. But for me, repetition, I'm still getting better even now. So YouTube has helped me get better. So you guys are only going to be as good as you can be in the time that you've cut hair. So the confidence, as long as you're selling confidence, knowing you're putting out the best work you can, I think you'll be all right. You will get better. You just got to put in those reps. Next question. Not sure if I can read this. Satanov Cello. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. He has two questions. So he said, if you don't like to talk, but you have to talk at work all day, do you have problems with this? And he also asked what prices I have. So if you don't like to talk, but you have to talk, yeah, that's tough. That's something you'll definitely get better with as you do it. Again, it comes from confidence behind the chair. My guy, JT, that's next to me, I've cut his hair a couple times. He is not the most confident and talkative person. That's something he at first really struggled with. He was a server, but just standing behind the chair and just flapping his gums all day was not something he wanted to do. Where sometimes I won't stop talking all day. So I'll say that the more you cut those clients, the more comfortable you'll get. And again, guys, this is your chair in your shop. They're paying you for the haircut. You need to have the confidence to say, hey, you came to me. I got something you need. I have no reason to be scared. But if you're not that talkative, guys, ask them questions. Hey man, what do you do for a living? People love to talk about themselves. Ask them what they do for a living. And maybe you have a little something to chime in with that. Just keep the conversation going. Go any direction you need. Or did you grow up here? Do you have any family here? Do you have kids? How long have you been married? Just keep the conversation going and get them talking. Most people, they'll sit there and tell you their life story if you keep, poking enough to get them to do it. So that's definitely what I would tell you. But definitely everybody's different. I was not as, you guys see me talking here on YouTube. When I first did YouTube, I was scared to death to talk. When I first went to the shows, I was scared to death to put the mic on and talk in front of people. So it's the same thing in a chair, talking to, even though it's one person, it's the same thing. You just got to do it. Confidence will come. And just remember, this is your chair, your haircut, service that they need, and you got no reason not to be confident. So just be yourself and do your thing. He also asked, what prices do you have? So guys, my prices are $30 for a haircut and $40 for a hair and beard. I actually just went up. I had a kid's cut at $25 and I had an adult haircut at $30. And what I found was some of my adult haircuts were easier than the kids' haircuts, and I was having 45 minutes for the adults and getting paid $30. And then I was over here doing a bald fade with a design and a fro, freehand shape on a fro for a kid, cramming it into 30 minutes for 25 bucks. And the balance was just off there. So I have enough clients that I barely have any openings. I'm staying full every day. And what was happening was I was doing these complicated, really hard design bald fade haircuts on kids. And my $40 Joe Schmo over here, regular two on the sides client was going to my other guys and paying them $40. So just to balance it out, no offense to the kid or the old man or the this or that or the other, just to balance it out though, so I know I'm not losing out or not doing more work than what technically I'm getting paid for. I just went up to 30 across the board. So my haircut is 30 no matter what it is. I got 45 minutes, so you're paying for that. And then my hour hair and beard is $40. So I don't have any other services, guys. If I know my clients well enough, so if somebody texts me and needs something done, like a lineup or a cleanup, I just fit them in and punch them in my schedule. So the rest of my shop, guys, some of the guys are 20 and 25. Some of the guys are 25 and 30, somewhere around there. So our base price is $20 though in my shop. All right, he asked the third question. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name again. How long do you need your first year for a haircut? First year for a haircut, guys, luckily I was at a walk-in shop. Unfortunately for me, I got really busy and had to speed up. So what I would say, guys, is 30 to 40 minutes, I think, is a good time for a haircut. If you're taking longer than that, then I think you're trying to do too much at the level that you're at that time. A haircut shouldn't really take an hour. I might take an hour sometimes if I'm doing a YouTube video or doing something special, but only because I have the time and I have the schedule now to make sure I'm gonna make enough money that I can take an hour at some point during the day. But for a beginner, you guys need to be getting those done 30 or 40 minutes. It's gonna be hard to be productive. Say you're a new guy and you're waiting on these walk-ins and that 30 minutes turns into 45 or an hour and you miss the next walk-in, you're really gonna limit how much money you can make. So 30, 40 minutes, I would say, regardless, don't try to be too perfect up front. The speed will come. So just aim for, we'll say 40, 45 minutes at the longest. Just get the haircut done. Next time you cut something, say, hey, that took me too long to do this. Try to speed it up. But if you start taking an hour all day, you're gonna get comfortable with that hour and it's gonna be hard for you to speed up. So definitely I'd say 30 minutes is plenty to do a basic haircut. Something a little crazier, or a beard, 40, 45. But for you guys, 30 to 45 minutes is probably good within your first year. All right, Primo Cuts asks, what barber apron do you recommend? Guys, I've only used one barber apron. It is knife and flag. I do really like it. I don't keep much in my apron. I just like wearing it. It does have some pockets and stuff for you guys to put combs and whatnot in, but there's a guy next to me, JT, that you guys see in my videos. He always puts combs right here in his apron. And then when he drops one, he bends down to get it, and the rest of them fall out. So I don't keep anything in mine, guys. You can keep like your alligator clips in the top right here, but I just keep my stuff on my station. I know where it's at. But knife and flag, guys, I think they're around 70 bucks. If you go to the website, you'll get like 15% off the first time, which I think basically pays for free shipping. And don't quote me on that. They may have some other deals going on, but you guys definitely check it out. Definitely one of my favorites. Lots of different colors. You can get leather and you can get this other material. Both of them, the hair won't stick to, and the different things, you'll be able to clean it very well. So that's definitely what I recommend. But like I said, I haven't tried anything else. All right, Iv Mac asks, clipper over comb for creating shape or cutting down time? I don't mind either, but catch myself creating better cuts without it. I also see barbers like Basio who rarely use it and create amazing blends, transitions. What are your thoughts? Clipper over comb, something I've always taught my guys as they begin and to work in my shop, and as I'm trying to help them get better, is to do things that leave the least amount of room for error. So let's say we're trying to leave, on my haircut, we got all this bulk on the edge right here. You guys can see that sticking out. So if you're a beginner and you take your clipper comb and stick it in and swipe, you're gonna take a lot of this shape off. So same with shear over comb. Shear over comb, it's two hands that are free. So you go in too far, you cut too deep, now you just jacked up your whole haircut. So I would definitely recommend what we call stacking guards. So a good video to watch on mine to do that is my low fade on Marcus with the X part on the side, with the waves on top. I used a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3 to blend this area until it looked good. Where I could have done shear over comb, I could have done a clipper. Some guys may say that's wasting too much time, but for me, it's the safest way to not ruin the whole haircut I just did. And yeah, that's what I would say. If you watch Basio's videos, he says the same thing. Clipper over comb, we can take off way too much length. It's not to say that clipper over comb can't be used or isn't used well, but it's a pretty old school technique. I think there's other ways to go about it, especially with advanced of the haircuts that we're doing nowadays. So, all right, last question. Drea Nicole asked, do you ever use changeable blades? She means detachable blades. One's typically used with an Oster Model 10 or Andis BGRC. If not, why? And are there any educational shows you'll be attending in California anytime soon? I don't use detachables anymore, guys. I'm not gonna knock them. I will say, and if anybody out there disagrees, I mean no disrespect, but I think unless you're very skilled with detachables, you're not putting out a clean transition. It's a very old school thing to use. You have no lever, so it's all flick of the wrist and all finesse. One thing I think is good for them, and luckily for me, this haircut is dying, but the hard part haircut with the hair comb to the side and what's left is this little baby ridge of hair right here that's hard to cut off. One thing I like it for is throwing on like a 3.5 detachable, just like this, taking it square around the head, and it will cut that whole ridge perfect and let it lay in. Or cutting down bulk, they are good, but I don't use them anymore. I've figured out how to get things done with the stuff that I use, so I don't use detachables. But not gonna knock them if you use them. Personally, I don't. Any shows I'm gonna attend this year, I will not be back to California as far as I know. We went to ISSC Long Beach. I'm not sure there's any other shows out there that I'll be at. I will be at Vegas, Beauty Experience Vegas, IBS Vegas. I believe I haven't got my ticket yet, but I'm gonna try to. Let's see what else we get to. Chicago ABS, EWP, and Connecticut Expo, of course. Not sure what else right now, but if there is anything out there, I'd like to get out there again. I didn't really get to experience LA, so I'd like to do it again. So anyways, guys, that's the last question. If you guys like these Q&As, please leave me a comment down below, and we'll keep doing it once a month. Again, guys, we're past 2,000. We're already to like 2,100 subscribers, so I appreciate all you guys so much for supporting the channel. I'm tripping. I never really thought that it would be going this fast or that I would ever get to this point. So I'm loving it, guys. I hope I'm bringing some value for you guys. That's my #1 thing here. So if you guys like it, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. That way you guys know every time I drop a video. Hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment if you want to see more Q&As, and we'll do them. So until then, guys, I got some dope videos coming out. Next Monday, I got the dopest beard that I have. So make sure you guys check that out, and we'll see you guys next time. If you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click this link right here. If you want to check out some more content from me, check out this video right here. Appreciate it.